morning, coaches. I am so excited. Today I have lots and lots and lots and lots of good things to talk about. So first of all, let me start off saying tomorrow is the deadline for Emerald rank advancement. So I want you to really push today. If you have one coach, I want you to find someone in your life who trusts you enough to get in this business. Now, if you do not have your spouse signed up, you need to sign him up today. You also want to sign him up on your weak leg. Now, your weak leg will depend on which leg you're on of your upline, but you really want your spouse on your weak leg because down the line, you're going to eventually rank advance to 2-star, and at that point, you get to open another business center. So you get to sign up yourself again as a coach. And at that point, you will want to put that business center underneath your spouse. So if you have not signed up your spouse, today is the day to buy a challenge pack to sign up your spouse and get them on your weak leg. Now, if you already signed up your spouse and you have them on the other leg, it's perfectly fine. There's different ways to build the business. Don't worry about that stuff now. But if you have not signed up your spouse, today is the day to sign them up. Now, the other top spot, if you have, so say you're a brand new coach and you have nobody underneath you, you want to sign up the 2 people who are closest to you. So you want to sign up your mom, you want to sign up your sister, you want to sign up somebody who is going to benefit from everything you do from this point on. Now, you're in this group because you want to build to diamond. So the best spots to have in your downline are the top 2 spots. So they're the most significant spots in your downline. So you really want to give them to people who are going to benefit the most. And what better to benefit the most than your family or your close friends or, somebody who's close to you. So today I want you to rank advance to Emerald. Rank advance to Emerald if you are not currently an Emerald coach. Sign up people you know, start with people you trust, get them into your June challenge group, get them excited. You're excited. It's a new month. You're going to start your own challenge group this month. So I want you to find 2 people today to join your team as a coach. So tomorrow you could rank advance to Emerald and get the Emerald pot. So that is the first thing I want you to talk about. Emerald, Emerald, Emerald. Tomorrow is the deadline. If you have coaches in here that are on your team, encourage them to do the same. We want as many people to rank advance as possible in this group. We want to help you move your business forward. And the best thing about becoming an Emerald coach is you start making team cycle bonuses off of the coaches underneath you. So even if you have been a coach for a while and you have coaches placed underneath you in the genealogy that are not yours and you're not Emerald, you're not benefiting from it yet. So you need to rank advance to Emerald so all of their sales, all of their own purchases, everything that you can benefit from, everything that they do. So Emerald is important. I can't stress it enough. So that was the first thing I want to talk about. Now I want to get into recruiting. And I really kind of struggled on what to talk about in recruiting because for me, recruiting was never hard. It was never something I was scared of. It was never something that I was afraid to talk about. It was never really hard for me to invite people into this business because I love it so much and the support and the community and, the people around you. I just felt like I was doing a disservice to them if they were not in what I was in. And I felt like it was kind of this gift that you could give somebody and it could give them anything in their life that they're struggling with. So if they're struggling with their own weight, if they're struggling with financial situations, they have student loan debt, they have mortgage payment debt, they're behind in their credit cards, if they have no friends, if they have no community, if they have nobody in their life there to even listen to them or support them or be excited for them in their life. That's what Beachbody was to me. I came from a toxic family that there was a fist fight at every single holiday. And nobody was ever there to really support you and genuinely be happy for you and be excited for you or push you to be something better. It was always like, just get by, just make enough money for today, just, hustle as hard as you can, work as hard as you can, and just making it in life. I never got to go to college because I was raised by a single mom, and she worked 3 jobs, and she couldn't afford to send me to college. And as soon as I was able to start working, I started doing hair. I learned, I went, I did the trade in high school. So by the time I graduated high school, I was already a licensed hairdresser, and I had started working at the age of 16. And I was shampooing hair, and I had to, at that point, make my own money because my mom didn't have it. And, when you were 16 in high school and, you want to start driving, you want to go to your prom, you want to not shop at, the cheap stores, you have to do it for yourself. So that's where I started to really work for myself and bring in my own income because I wanted things that my mom couldn't provide for me. So I started doing hair very young. Then by the time I was 18, I had graduated from high school and I had a career. I started working behind the chair. I started, making decent money for an 18-year-old kid. I got my own apartment. I got my own car. I really did everything for myself because my mom was never able to do it for me. But I still didn't have that support system. I still was in that hustler mentality and very independent and very by myself and not like a group of supportive friends or, it was just, I didn't know how to do anything else. So insert getting married, insert having your first baby, insert first year of having your first baby, and you have no idea, about yourself. You get lost in becoming a mom and your first baby, and you get excited and you forget about yourself. So then insert Beachbody. My coach Danielle had posted in a mom group about Shakeology, and actually she was complaining that she was missing the Success Club trip because she needed one more coach or one more sale. I'm not sure exactly how it was worded. So she was just in there ranting in a mom group, and it was 11 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. And I messaged her right away. I said, what is Shakeology? Explain it to me. And she did. And at this point, I actually had bought Insanity from Craigslist, and I had tried it a bunch of times and failed. I had went to the gym, and Austin got real sick. He got bronchitis twice on going to the gym and being in the gym daycare. And I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't bring him there. So I tried Insanity. I couldn't. I failed. So then insert Danielle talking about Shakeology. So at this point, I had tried everything for weight loss to lose the weight from my pregnancy. I had done Weight Watchers. I had done Lean Cuisine. I had done Nutrisystem, where they send all that gross food to your house. So I had tried everything. And she had posted about Shakeology and how she was using it. And I said, you know what? I tried everything else. Why not? What's another $100? So she had told me about the coaching opportunity that you could save 25% on becoming a coach. And at that time, we were active duty military, and active duty military got to be a coach for free. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I signed up as a coach, and I bought my first bag of Shakeology. And I tried it and I hated it. And this is when challenge groups really first started. It was kind of the first few challenge groups. And she had asked me to do it, and I was just like not into it. I was still kind of trying to do the gym. I had not gotten another program. I still had been doing Insanity. And I just kind of got lost. I signed up the end of August, and she kept inviting me, and she kept putting me in these groups, and I would kind of check in, and I would try to go back to the gym, and I was kind of trying to figure it out, and it wasn't really working. I didn't really like Shakeology. I made it incorrectly. And, she kept inviting me through the holidays. Now, as a hairdresser, and at that time, I owned a hair salon. So I was the owner of a hair salon in the busiest time of year, which is the end of the year, November and December. So she had kept inviting me, and I was just like, I'm not ready. I don't have time to even do anything. I'm bringing Austin to work. I'm working. I'm running a salon. It was just crazy. So finally, it was Austin's first birthday in the end of November. And I had thrown him a huge first birthday party. And I remember, going to the hall, setting everything up, and coming back home to get dressed and then to bring Austin and Jose to the party. And I had nothing to wear. Like, I couldn't put my jeans on. I was like trying on a million things. And I just remember feeling like so defeated and so upset with myself that, I went to the party and put on a smile and had a good time. And then, we went through December, and then January came and I was ready. I was ready to change. I felt terrible about myself. I felt terrible in my clothing. So I finally messaged Danielle and I was like, okay, tell me about the coaching. Like, tell me what it is, how I get started, what's involved. So we got on the phone. She went over to the back office, and I had bought TurboFire and I just committed. It was the beginning of January and I just put it out there on social media. Like I said in probably my last few videos, that I just really invited people to do it along with me. And that's all recruiting is just inviting people to do it along with you. Now, I had signed up. I was using the products. I was signing everyone up as a coach, because if you're going to get into a challenge group, you get to be a coach for free. So why not save 25% off? So it was my point of view that you can build a business, you can build, do your fitness journey at the same time. You don't have to do one before the other. You just have to be willing and open to share. And that's what I was doing. So that's what my team did. We, would run monthly challenge groups, and we just invited people to do it along with us. So recruiting doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. I know you heard in Raina's video that's what she did too. That's how I started. Now, the only thing about signing up everyone is you lose the $30 commission on the Shakeology. But once you become an Emerald coach, you start getting Team Cycle bonuses off of that same Shakeology order anyway. So I know it seems like, I'm losing out the $30, but you really make up for it in the end, because at this point, 4 years later, 99.5% of my business is Team Cycle bonuses. That's where all of my income comes from. Only a small percentage of it, very small, comes from my own personal sales. So you really want to focus on building a team if you want to leave a legacy for your kids, if you want to really grow this business, if you want to replace your income, if you want to do anything with this business, you have to build a team. Now, you can retail till you're blue in the face. You can make $500 a week if you retail, but you're going to burn yourself out. So yes, you retail, but yes, you build a team at the same time. And the only way you're going to build a team is if you invite people along to be a coach. So the next thing I want to talk about is, why aren't you shouting Beachbody coaching from the rooftops? I want to talk about why relational marketing is the best business you can get in from the beginning. From right now, why are you not sharing this with everyone else? Why are they not investing and starting their own business right now? So, number one, part-time, less risk. So you get to start your business part-time. You get to work it maybe 1 or 2 hours a day. There is no risk involved. There is no overhead involved. There's no, big time commitment that you have to work being a Beachbody coach 40 hours a week. You could do it in your part-time. You could fit it into your schedule. So that is number one reason why network marketing, relational marketing is the best business to be in. Number two reason is immediate mentorship program. So you become a coach, you instantly get a mentor, get a coach, get a leader, somebody who's going to hold your hand and walk you through this business. What other business will you get that in? None. I owned a hair salon. So I bought a hair salon. It cost me $40,000 to just buy the salon. On day one, I had nobody to help me. I had no idea if I was going to make any money. I was just taking a risk and jumping with both feet. But I took that risk at a $40,000 investment. That's not a small thing. That's not something that you could just, I didn't make any money today. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't sell anything. I didn't cut anybody's hair. No, that's not what you can do when you have that big investment. So sometimes when you think, I just signed up to be a coach, it wasn't really this big investment, that you think it's not significant enough, but it is significant enough, and you have to treat it like you just invested $40,000 and you don't know if your family's going to eat next week because of it. So immediate mentorship program. So I bought a salon, and it wasn't like the salon down the street said, welcome to the neighborhood. You bought a salon. I'm so excited for you. Let me teach you everything I know about owning a salon. Let me teach you what products to use, what companies to use, who to call when there's a problem, what classes to take, how to run your business, how to get people into your business, how to hire people, how to run a business successfully, how to pay your taxes. Nobody mentors you in any other business except relational marketing. I didn't, the salon down the street didn't come over and help me. I had to figure it out all on my own. Number 3, little investment. So I talked about this a little bit before. It costs you $140 to start a business. Do you understand what that means? That is nothing. You know those crazy leggings that everyone is selling and buying? Do you know what it costs to become one of those consultants? $5,000. $5,000, and you don't know the next day if you're going to sell anything. You're starting a business, health and fitness, for $140, and you get to use the products. So you're using your own investment to start your own business right from there. Small investment. Level playing field. Number 4, level playing field. Everyone gets in Beachbody coaching, relational marketing at the same level. 0 friends, 0 coaches, making 0 money. There's no reason why you got in yesterday, you can't surpass me that have been in it for 4 years. And not get into the next one. Seniority means nothing. It doesn't matter how long I've been a coach or how little of a time that you've been a coach. You can become a coach and you can surpass your coach. You can make more money than your coach. You can get a higher rank advancement than your coach. It's not like working in a traditional setting that you have to be, you have to be in level 1 for a certain time, and you can't go to level 2, and you can't go to level 3. You can't move up in ranks until you've been there a certain amount of time or you have a certain amount of experience. In becoming a Beachbody coach, you can surpass anybody. You can become the number 1 coach in the team, in the whole network. And it's up to you. So seniority means nothing. There's no amount of time that you have to be in it to move forward. Number 6, it only depends on you. Like I said, you want to be the number 1 coach? Go right ahead. You want to hang out and make $50 a week? You can do that. You need to make $500 a week? You can do that. Whatever it is, it only depends on you. The more work you put in, the bigger the reward. And what other business can you do that you don't have to prove something to a manager to get a raise, or you don't have to prove something to the head of HR in order to move up and get a promotion? Everything depends on you. Number 7 leads right into it. It's based on your work. So the harder you work, the bigger the reward. The more hours you put in, the more time you spend in, the more time you invest in yourself, the more trainings you do, the bigger the reward, the better you're getting, the better you're able to talk to people. Number 8, you choose the level of success and income. So say you walked into a job, you went for a job interview and they hired you and you said, okay, I want to make $1,000 a week, but the job you're applying for only makes $700 a week. They're not going to say, okay, well, you're coming in, so I'm going to give you $1,000 a week. No, you're going to go in for whatever they tell you that you can make. And they are in control of you getting a raise, making more money. In this business, you control everything. You want to make more money, you get more sales. You want to get a bigger team bonuses, you build a bigger team. It all depends on you. The level of success you want or the income that you want is in your control. Now, number 9, residual income. So what other business can you get in that you're not trading dollars for hours, meaning that you don't get paid by the hour? In this business, becoming a coach, you are building residual income. And what that means is if God forbid something happens to you, somebody in your family, your husband, your children, can step in to your place and get a paycheck for the rest of their life. You're building a legacy for your family. You get paid even if you're on vacation. You get paid even if you don't sign into Facebook. You get paid if you get sick and something happens to you. If residual income is coming. It's constantly coming, no matter if you're there or something happens to you. Which is number 10. You're building a business for the next generation. So I remember the hair salon I bought. Now, God forbid something happened to me while I was a hair salon owner. My husband or my children could not have stepped in and taken over the business. They could have not have ran it how I ran it. They could have not even been qualified to do it, because in order to be a salon owner, you need, hairdresser experience. So if they did not have that, they could have not taken over my business and kept it going. Now, being a Beachbody coach, somebody can take over your business and they can run it the same way you can. Or they can run it and not do anything and it'll still be that residual income. So you're a coach and you are building a business for the next generation. You're leaving a legacy behind. You're leaving something that will always continue to grow, whether you're there or not there. So that is why it's so important to invite people into this business. That's what you're thinking of when you are inviting somebody into this business. Like, how amazing is it that you're giving them the gift of joining your team, being mentored by you, and if something happens to them, their children will be taken care of. What other business could you join that is the result of their efforts? Not any regular business. Exponential growth. So there is limitless amount of potential in becoming a coach. You can make millions and millions of dollars a year. There is no limit. There is no glass ceiling on how high you could go. There is no, there's no limits. Whatever you want to do, you can do. And also, your income grows and your team grows by multiplication, not by addition. So the more people that you bring in, it's like, okay, so say you work 10 hours a week, but so you can only get a certain amount of time or a certain amount of income done in those 10 hours. But if you bring in 2 coaches who also work 10 hours a day, you just multiplied yourself times 3. And then if they bring in 2 people, then you've multiplied yourself by, say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's multiplication is the growth. It's not just adding, extra time onto your day. Like, you can work the same amount of 10 hours a day, but your income will be multiplied by 8 because now you have 8 people working underneath you, growing the same thing, and you're still working the same amount of 10 hours. So instead of making $100 in 10 hours, you're making $800 in 10 hours, or whatever the number ends up to be. But that's how your income grows, and that's how your team grows in becoming a Beachbody coach. It's done by multiplication. You get to pick your team. You get to pick on who you work with every day. If you don't like somebody, guess what? You don't have to work with them. It's not like being stuck on a project at work that you're forced to sit there and work with this person for 8 hours a day and talk to them about nonsense. You get to pick your team. You get to pick the type of people that you're involved in. And people who come into this business are people who are like you. So who doesn't want to hang out with people who are like you? Who doesn't want to talk about things that are really going to change your life and your family's life? And, we talk about deep personal things. It's not just stupid surface office talk, water cooler talk. No, we're going to talk about your dreams and your goals and your finances and how we're going to help you leave a legacy for your children. This is not just regular water cooler talk about what happened on the show on Thursday night. This is stuff that is going to change your life. So you get to pick the people you work with every single day. Economic proof business. It is so inexpensive to get in. $140. Everyone can afford $140. Even if you invite somebody and they tell you they don't have it today, they can save up $140 to start their own business. And if you're not telling them that, if you're not portraying it that way, then they're not going to know. So it is your job to invite people and tell them what you're gaining out of this as of your little investment. And honestly, $140, a bag of Shakeology costs $130, so you're getting 30 meals. So you're starting a business and getting 30 meals. So you're technically starting a business for $10. Well, not even. You're technically starting a business for free because you get a workout program and you get 30 days of meals. So you're really starting a business for free. So there's no other business. You can't buy a Chick-fil-A for free. You can't buy a 7-Eleven. You can't own a hair salon. You can't do anything for the little investment that it's going to cost you to become a Beachbody coach. And that's what you need to be sharing. Success equals significance. So the more significant you are in the lives of others, the more successful you will be. Your paycheck will directly reflect the number of lives you change. So it is not a business that you get in where people are just getting in to get in. They're getting in to sign on people, they get a paycheck, and they leave them. No. You can do that, and you'll get a paycheck, but it's not going to last long. The more success that you want is going to be the amount of lives that you change. So your investment is changing people's lives. Your investment is getting them healthy, helping them feel better, getting them excited, building this momentum. That's what you're doing when you're a coach. And honestly, the first time I ever had somebody tell me, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I look for your posts every day, or you help me feel good about myself, or you help me, you help my relationship with my husband. You help me feel sexy again. You help me, play with my kids again. That gratitude of just you sharing your journey and inviting somebody along and helping them along their journey. When they tell you that, there's no greater reward than probably seeing your kid for the first time after they're born. It is such just like a blessing that you're giving these people from just helping them along on their health and fitness journey, helping them along, teaching them how to bring in another person, how to help them. It is, I'm telling you, it's like addictive. It's so rewarding. So success equals significance. You cannot fail. You cannot fail of being a Beachbody coach. You cannot fail because being a Beachbody coach, sharing this business is a simple, lifelong, I can't even think of the word I want to use. I can't think of the word. But it's a principle, I guess a principle. Give or receive. What is it? Give, then receive. That's all it's based on. I'm giving you something, and you're going to give it back, something back to me. It's not, like I said before, it's not something where you're trying to get something from them. I'm not trying to get anything from you. I'm trying to give you what I have. I'm trying to give you your health and fitness back. And in, relation to me doing that, I'm going to get compensated. But it's always the giving that is first. I'm giving you the opportunity. I'm giving you the tools that you need. I'm giving you the training. I'm giving, the more that you give, the more you're going to receive. It's the basic principle. You plant a lot of seeds, you're going to get a big harvest. You plant a little seeds, you're going to get a little harvest. It's all based on that theory. Give and receive, give and receive, give and receive. And that's it. So it cannot fail. As long as you keep that in place, that I'm giving myself, I'm adding value to your life, I'm giving you tips, I'm helping you, keep you accountable, I'm going to help you with your finance. Whatever it is, if you keep that principle in mind, and work that way, that work ethic of give and receive, you can never fail. And the last point, number 16, is in the beginning, you do a lot for a little bit. So in the beginning, you might work 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week. You might give up everything to just focus on your Beachbody business. And it is a lot in the beginning. I can tell you that. It can strain your relationships. It can strain yourself. It can be addictive. It's a lot because you're so excited and you're so passionate about it. So in the beginning, it does seem like a lot, and maybe you make a $14 paycheck, or maybe you make a $100 paycheck, and then what happens is you just stay consistent in it, and you keep on bringing people, and you keep on adding more value, and your paychecks keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. And then once you reach a point where you can kind of start scaling back a little bit, that you don't have to work, 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week, whatever you're doing, you get a lot for a little. Because you've multiplied yourself. It's not just you working the field. It's you working the field, and you have now 100 people working with you. So how much of the work is going to get done faster if you have 100 people doing it rather than just you alone? So you do. In the beginning, you do a lot for a little, but I promise you, in the end, you're going to do a little for a lot, because you're going to streamline it. You're going to get better. You're going to know how to do things faster. You're going to know how to teach people how to do things faster. That's why we're teaching you in this group. We're teaching you how to get to Diamond faster, more efficiently, more significantly than how we have done it in the past. We never had trainings. We never had, calls on how to do this step by step by step, and this is what you need to do first, and this is how you post on your social media, and this is how you invite, and this is how you recruit. Nobody ever taught us that. So we kind of figured it out on our own, and now we're teaching it to you, and you will teach it to somebody else. And it's that basic principle that keeps on going. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to do what you know and keep on growing. And when you learn something, like Heather said in the group, in the post last week, that, you do your best until you know better, and then you do better. So I know better now than I did 4 years ago when I started. So I can teach you how to do it better than how I did it 4 years ago. So that's kind of all I want to talk about in recruiting, is that, you are getting somebody into this business, and, don't exclude anybody. You have no idea what happened to people behind the scenes. You have no idea what their finances look like, what their marriage looks like, what their self-esteem is. You have no idea what happens behind the scene. Now, if you are terrified of inviting people into this business, then you kind of have to check yourself and be like, why am I so scared? Honestly, being a coach is the ultimate gift that you can give someone. And that's what I want you to think of when you're recruiting, when you're asking people to join your team, when you're telling people, trust me, become a coach. I promise you that it's going to change your life if you let it. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to worry about being perfect. So I am like a perfectionist, and it's really hard for me to not try to be perfect at everything. It's really hard for me to, not have the perfect post or not have the perfect thing. And sometimes you can get caught up in that perfection of, well, I see this person doing it this way, so that's how I have to do it. Honestly, the more you share your mess, the more relatable you are, the more people want to get involved in you. It doesn't have to be perfect for you to start. You don't have to be at your perfect goal. You don't have to be at your perfect, the perfect post. You just have to do it. You just have to share. And, like Heather said, once you know better, then you will do better. And just don't be scared of inviting and recruiting people to become a coach. Think about your life before you became a coach. I know my life was negative. It was, my marriage was falling apart. I had a terrible relationship with food. I had a terrible relationship with people because I came from that toxic family. Nobody ever taught me how to, be part of a family, be part of something bigger than yourself. My Facebook was literally filled of nothing but negativity. And I remember a few months into coaching that all of a sudden I started friending other coaches on our team. And all of a sudden my newsfeed started starting to be positive. And I remember seeing like one negative, like, oh, it's Monday. I got to go back to work. I hate my life, da-da-da. And it just stuck out like a sore thumb that now everything in my life is positive, that negative just sticks out like a sore thumb, so I can eliminate it very easily. So I want you to think of your life before you became Beachbody, before you got involved in this community, before you got involved in the team that you're on. And I want you to think of everyone else who is still stuck in that spot, who's still stuck in that negativity, who hates getting up to go to work, who hates to drop off their kids at daycare, who hates the way they put on their clothes, who hates they do the self-talk where they don't feel good about themselves. Think about all of these people. Then I want you to think about your Beachbody people, how positive they are, what a community we have. And I want you to think of the disservice that you're doing to all of those people who are not in Beachbody. And it's your fault that they're not in it because you haven't invited them. You haven't invited them to be a part of your challenge group or to be a part of your team. That you can't help what people do, right? So you can't predict whether they're going to say yes or no. The only thing that you can control is how many people you invite. So that is your only goal, is to let me invite more people. Let me reach out to somebody. Let me talk to the lady in the grocery store. Let me talk to the person standing in line at Starbucks. Let me just share it and share it from your experience. Well, when I talk about Beachbody and becoming a coach, I talk about the support, because that is what changed the most in my life. I don't talk about the products, and I don't talk about, all the back office stuff and how much it costs to get out, because at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't matter. If they're looking for something so significant in their life, if they're looking for financial freedom, do you know what kind of stress people are under because they can't pay their bills? It literally, almost destroyed my marriage. We were so drowning in debt because nobody ever taught me how to pay bills on time or how to budget or how to do anything. And I owned a hair salon, so I had cash. So you have cash, you spend cash. There's no structure, and nobody ever taught us like that. So we would just spend. It wasn't until I got into Beachbody that we talked about budgeting, and we talked about saving, and we talked about, I learned about Dave Ramsey, and I learned about how to pay off my credit card debt. It wasn't until getting into Beachbody that I learned all of these things. So when you're recruiting, that's what you're recruiting into. You are saving somebody's life on getting healthy and fit, or saving their marriage, or saving their self-image. That's what you're doing, and that's what you're recruiting into. Now, I know a few of you guys, you said, well, I don't know how to talk about it, and people think it's a pyramid scheme, and da-da-da-da-da. People are going to get involved in Beachbody because of you, because they believe in you, because they believe that you're going to lead them down a path that is going to be positive, and it's going to be influential, and they're going to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Everybody wants to be a part of a team. Nobody wants to be, nobody wants to go to the movies by themselves. Everybody wants to go to the movies with somebody. Everybody wants to work out with somebody. Everybody wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves. That's why things like Weight Watchers is successful, because you go to a group and you talk and you learn from other people. That's why people join gyms to go to a class, because they're surrounded by other people going through the same thing as them. That's what you're inviting them in to be when you became a Beachbody coach. So don't worry about when somebody says it's a pyramid scheme. When somebody asks me what is Beachbody a pyramid? Is it one of those pyramid scheme things? I say, well, what is the pyramid scheme? What do you think it is? 99% of the time, they have no idea. They just think it's network marketing, some schemey thing that somebody got involved in, had to buy all this inventory and left off. No. Do you even know what a pyramid scheme is? A pyramid scheme is when there is no product exchanged hands. So that would be you getting up. So say you're signing up to Beachbody Coach. There's no product. You're paying $500 to get in. And the only way you make money is if you get people to sign up for the $500. There's no product exchange. And pyramid schemes are illegal. They're not allowed to be in practice. So you can say to them, okay, well, what do you think a pyramid scheme is? And then you'll respond to them, well, Beachbody is not a pyramid scheme because you are paying $140 and you're getting a product. You're getting to be a coach for free. You're getting involved in this for nothing, but you're getting a product. You're getting $140 worth of stuff. So it's not that you're buying into something. And honestly, I tell people, listen, you're signing up to become a coach. I'll make a commission off of your initial investment. But after that, if you're not successful, then I'm not successful. So I have to help you be successful in order for me to be successful. It's not that you're going to buy in and then, you'll make a commission, and then after that, if they do nothing, if they don't even order Shakeology, you make nothing off of them. So be upfront and be honest with people about that, and don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to share that you're a coach. Don't be afraid to invite people to be a coach on your team. You really have to think about all of the things that is going on in somebody's life before they're a Beachbody coach, and how Beachbody can change that in their life. So your call to action today is, I want you to invite 2 people to become a coach today. I want you to tell me who they are. I want you to post below their names, and I want you to post below if they joined, and if not, I want you to post why they didn't join. So your call to action today, it's Wednesday. I need you to rank advanced to Emerald if you're not Emerald. You have to invite 2 people to become a coach, and if not, so say you invite 2 people to become a coach and they both tell you no, I want you to invite 2 more. I want you to add 2 coaches to your team today. I want you to reach out to somebody. I want you to reach out to somebody you know. I want you to reach out to one of your challengers. I want you to reach out to somebody and I want you to sign them up. And I want you to get on the phone with them, or send them a voicemail, or send them a voice message through Facebook and tell them, listen, you know what? Maybe I haven't invited you to become a coach, and honestly, I'm really sorry that I haven't invited you, because being a part of what we're a part of is so amazing, and honestly, I'm going to apologize for not inviting you. And invite them. And, everyone wants to be a part of something. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous that they're going to say no. Just do it. And just think of all the amazing things that can happen in their life because you invited them. I think of the ripple effects that happened in my life. And I think of, Lindsay Matway is the top of our downline. So I think of, what happens if she never invited somebody to be a coach? If she never invited Katie Hefner to become a coach, then Nikki wouldn't have become a coach. Then I wouldn't. Then my coach Danny wouldn't have become a coach. Then I wouldn't have become a coach. Then maybe some of you wouldn't have become a coach. So think of the ripple effect that can happen down the line if you don't invite them. And I want you to get rid of that fear, get rid of that negative self-talk. Don't think I'm not as successful, I'm not diamond, I'm not even emerald. Why is somebody going to want to join your team? They're going to want to join your team because they like you, because they trust you, because they believe in what you believe in. They believe in you. They trust in you. They see the difference in you. Basically it all boils down to trust. They trust you and they want to be involved in what you're involved in. So your call to action today is to invite 2 people to join your team. And I want you to post below their names. Tell me if they did, if they didn't. I want to see your rank advancements to Emerald tomorrow. I want to see us sharing the love. Tomorrow is your last day to hit the Emerald goal. Then we have 4 more weeks left. Yep, we have 4 more weeks left. We're in June. It's a new month, a new clean slate, and we are just about halfway through our training. Next week, we'll be officially halfway through. So I want to know, have you guys really been here? Have you stepped up? Have you checked in every day? Have you watched the videos? Have you done the assignment? We're really pouring our heart and soul out to you guys because we truly want to help you succeed and we want to push you. I know I am, we did the gems and the color system, so I am red. So I am ruby. I'm going to push you outside your comfort zone. I'm going to make you do things that maybe somebody else hasn't made you do before. And I just want you guys to live your best life. I want you to leave a legacy for your children. I want you to be financially free. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. I want you to be positive. And I want you to spread that to other people. That is our mission. That is our purpose. That is our mission statement in Beachbody. But even as human beings, that is our purpose. We just want to help somebody else be better. So I can't wait to see all of our rank advancements tomorrow. And I can't wait to see everyone you invited and have all of these people join our team and become part of our mission and just really, let's take this thing to the next level. I'll talk to you later, guys.